Welcome, everyone, to Kickstarter Quest. Elephant in the room. Yes, I am a tiny little guy and a camera that's not moving. I'm sorry for the technical issues. We are going to fix it here very, very shortly. In the meantime, Arel, can you stall for me
Hi,
Arel.
I can move around.
Please stall. Please help.
I can dance. I can do a bunch of things. Good evening, everyone. It is Wednesday, April 23rd. Yesterday was Earth Day. This is me stalling.
Oh, that's true. Did you get up to anything fun for Earth Day?
I did not do a single thing to celebrate the Earth.
You didn't celebrate the Earth at all, dude? What do you hate the Earth or something?
I used to do a thing called Arel's 7 Questions to Friendship. And I would ask people, so you don't know about this, Sam?
No, I've never heard about this.
7 questions, and at the end of the 7 questions, we would be friends. And one of the questions was always, what is your favorite planet? And every time somebody would answer, my favorite planet is Earth, because that's the planet we're on, I would understand the answer, but I would also lose a little bit of respect for them.
Right, that's the wrong answer for your friend to tell.
I will say I used to do it on dating apps.
Oh.
And one time I asked somebody what their favorite planet was, and they answered the moon, and then I unmatched with them immediately after they answered that. It just sort of became a really unintentional litmus test for, I don't know if I want to go on a date with somebody who doesn't know that the moon is in fact not a planet, it is a moon.
Wow. Yeah, incredible. Okay, I think we're back. Are we back? How are we looking? No, it's still black on the screen.
Yeah, still black on your stream.
It's very interesting because
I see you on Discord.
Okay. Yeah, let's see if we can maybe.
The moon is such a good little planet. Let's brag Gizmo.
Brian, what's up? Good to have you here. Jerry as well. I see Jerry as well. Thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Appreciate it. Yeah, we are going to. Oh, I realize I still have the intro music going. I'm so sorry, guys. This is a mess of an intro. But we're gonna get it fixed here real soon. Oh,
it's only episode.
There I am.
So
here I am. Wait, no, don't move that.
You're in the corner.
Move this. We're so close, guys. We're really, really close.
This is the most comedy of errors beginning to Kickstarter Quest I've ever seen.
This is about as scuffed as it can get.
You look like your camera makes you look like you're doing like when it was like more vertical. It looked like you were doing like an Instagram live or like a TikTok live.
Oh, there we go. Maybe that should be the future of this channel. Maybe we should just stream on TikTok instead of you know, Twitch.com. Oh wow, now I'm huge. That's too big. Hold on, we can fix this. We're so close. Okay, I think that's probably just gonna have to be good. We're just gonna call that good for today. Maybe you'll put the camera kind of over here. I had it set up. So I got a new camera, guys. I got a new camera, and it's a very nice camera. And it does work for streaming. It's like a real video camera, not just a webcam. And you can hook it up to stream with it. But I guess I probably should have tried it out a little bit first before I committed so hard. Because we found out as the intro screen was rolling that having it plugged into the computer does not provide enough of a battery charge to keep it sustained for really any amount of time. Bit of a bummer. You'd think that's something they would figure out if they're gonna, you know, they're gonna offer it as a webcam. Anyways, sorry to keep you guys waiting. Here we are. What's up? How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you're having a good Wednesday. We are over halfway through the week now, which is always exciting. One of my favorite parts about doing this show actually is that it sort of marks the middle of the week. We're halfway done, more than halfway, and it's all downhill from here. Arel, we talked a little bit
Hello.
about how you're doing, how things are for you
Yeah.
before the show. Um,
Yeah.
let's talk about it again. Let's share with
Sure. Let's
our
do
viewer
it.
friends how everybody's doing.
Hi, class. I got offered a job this week, which is very exciting because I've been on a very long job hunt, and then I did a very strange thing for somebody who's trying to get a job, and I said no to the job because I was sitting with it and thinking about it, and it was a really good job, a lot of cool benefits, like great pay, etc., etc. It is, however, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Non-negotiable, no flexible hours, no rotating. And the more I sat there and thought about it, the more I was like, wow, that is like literally an entire day gone. You can't really. And also, for reference, because I'm in New York City, it takes about an hour to commute to the job. So I have to leave for the job at 11, maybe a little before 11 to get there, like 10:45. So it is an entire day gone because I would leave for work at 10:45 in the morning, and then I would get home from work around 8:45 p.m. and I was like, I don't know if I could work a job that all I do every day is work and nothing else. So I'm just kind of sitting with that. I'm kind of vibing with that today. It's been a very interesting day for me.
A little introspective, it sounds.
Yeah, very introspective.
Sort of learning some new things about yourself
Yeah,
and what you want.
which is why I can't wait for all of the deep and philosophical board games that certainly make up the list of the crowdfunding countdown this
Oh
week.
man, yeah, we should probably just get into that, huh? I guess that is sort of what the show is about.
Well, how are you, Sam? Please update us quickly.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I felt like I had a lot to report last week, but this week not so much. It's just kind of been a chill week. I do have the main thing I've been working on is I've got sort of a new game idea that I don't want to get into any detail about right now, but I think probably we're going to try to stream a little playtest session of it here sometime soon. So that's pretty exciting. I'll spoil the idea behind it a bit. It's sort of my how should I say this? It's sort of my tariff buster plan. I think I talked about the last time we talked about tariffs, not to talk about tariffs every time on the show, but things I was considering doing to sort of, to wait out the storm. And this is one of them. So the idea is that it's a game that I could very easily produce on the home equipment and ship out and make a cool little thing out of. So that's pretty fun.
I'm gonna say for reference, this is as far as Sam and I's conversation before this stream started. I don't know anything about the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask you 3 questions about the game. You're gonna give me
boy.
100% honest answers, and this is gonna be everything the crowd knows.
Okay, we're doing like an interview style thing. This is fun.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
1.
Okay.
Is the game about dinosaurs?
No.
Okay.
Where is this going?
2.
What is this bit?
These are 3 questions.
Okay.
This is just what the people get to know. 2. Is the game cooperative?
No.
Okay. 3. Does the game involve a D6?
No. No.
Well, folks, that's all we know about Sam's game so far. Tune in next week for 3 more questions.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, maybe we can. Maybe next time the viewers can ask me questions. I'm not sure that those completely satisfied people's curiosity.
No, I think that was what every viewer was thinking.
That's top of mind.
I could not think of another question the viewer might be asking.
Yeah. Yeah, print and play games. I thought about print and play games too. This actually wouldn't be a print and play thing. It would be like something that I would print on the play games equipment and fulfill that way. But no, I do agree that print and play is also. The thing is though that like I don't really find myself ever participating in print and play, so it's hard for me to like get excited about it, and then it's hard for me to expect other people to get excited about something that I'm not really excited about myself. But yeah, I do agree though that it's like I see a lot of companies doing it, and definitely a good idea. Video games is also something I've been thinking about lately. We don't need to talk about this. Let's get to the freaking board games. We got 13 of them this week. I was telling Arl beforehand that we do oh gosh, back to more camera issues. Okay, well, okay. I was telling Arl I'm gonna do my best to multitask here while we figure this out. I was telling Arl before the stream that while there are a larger quantity of games this week, I'm not so sure that the quality has improved at all. So that's sort of the vibe that we're going into this evening with, and do with that information what you will. But nevertheless, what do you say we just jump right into it?
Yeah, let's do it. And share screens from when you get a chance.
Oh yes. Always
forget
to do that.
Well, that's okay. You've had a lot of technical things to be doing. So.
Yeah. Share my screen. I want to share this screen. There you are. Okay. Yeah, do we want to look at Gazebo first? It is promoted, which I will say that's good to see. We love to see
that's like
a promoted game.
It ends May 15th though, which is a fair bit of. I mean, that's like 3 weeks away.
Yeah, that's quite a bit away. Okay, we won't look at Gazebo then.
Gazebo can wait.
It is nice. Like I said though, it is.
Yeah.
It's good to see this. It was a little sad the past couple of weeks having no projects promoted.
It's like when you see coral reefs coming back.
Yeah.
Happy Earth Day.
It's just like that. Okay, let's look at Skull Tales Full Sail. That's sort of a nice, fun rhyme to it. I appreciate that.
Oh, Gamefound. Oh, a YouTube video. Thank God.
Oh my God, I can't do this, guys. I can't watch a YouTube video right now. I guess we have to though.
What do we do with an algorithm? What with an algorithm? It's a little song I wrote.
A little sea shanty, if you will.
Yeah.
Okay. Skull Tales.
Captain Wolf Jones has been betrayed.
Oh, it's your favorite type of trailer.
Oh yeah.
A little bit of live action.
He finally agrees to take the lieutenant of the guard to the island where he kept his diary, along with the secret to a legendary treasure. Skull Tales has returned. The legend
Has returned?
Old favorites like Legends of the Caribbean, also known as the Mega Expansion, and Tortuga. New expansions like Oh Captain My.
I do appreciate the knockoff Pirates of the Caribbean music in the background here. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I'll turn it up a little bit for you.
And experience amazing adventures.
Dun 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 dun.
Your ship and get new gear and allies during the port phase.
I do like that little counter.
Travel across the Caribbean and face many dangers in the voyage phase. Explore islands and face.
I have to remember that it's louder in my headset than it is for you guys because I have the desktop audio turned down a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's like a very normal volume right now for me.
Yeah, it's pretty loud on my end, but that's fine.
Skull Tales is an adventure.
It's more than just a game.
Pirate simulation.
No, do
Don't
not point a gun at me.
That's very rude. Yeah.
He pulled the trigger.
Yeah, really good way to sell a product. Point a gun at somebody and pull the trigger. That's what I always do.
Enhanced solo gameplay. Okay, so this is like an old game.
It's an old game with looks like with all the expansions in it. So everything.
Yeah. I guess people like this the first time around because it has raised quite a bit of money. More money than I would maybe expect a product that looks like this to raise. Gotta say, I'm not particularly blown away by the production value here. I mean, the minis are cool, I guess. Maybe it's just a bad trailer. Maybe that's all it is.
I like that it starts. I like that it's like actual like blurbs. It starts with pirate themed board game. No, I got that. I worked it out. Thank you.
Yeah. What do we think it costs? So here's the full thing. This is the core for 90 euros.
So that's.
Or we can just buy individual expansions, it looks like.
Sure.
Okay.
So if I wanted everything,
90 big ones. And I do say big ones because the euro's a little more money than the dollar.
yeah, sort of like $110, $120.
Yeah, probably somewhere in there. Interesting.
Yeah, Gizmo says that all those minis means it's not a cheap game. That's true.
I suppose so. I'm not really the biggest Pirates guy. I do love Pirates of the Caribbean. But aside from that, I can't think of any other pirate media that really gets me going.
I can't think of any pirate media besides Pirates of the Caribbean.
I feel like it's a fairly prevalent theme, though. It's like
Yeah,
there feels like there's this hierarchy of like fantasy themes and tropes, and
yeah. And pirates are up there, yeah.
there's like pirates, there's ninjas, there's like high fantasy, there's like I don't know. It feels very prominent as far as like themes go. It's top of mind. Like ask me to name out fantasy board game themes. But it's very low on the list for me in terms of ones that I enjoy. I don't know. Anyways, this is a weird tangent to go down. All I have to say, I don't really care for pirates that much, and this seems like kind of a pirate RPG. This seems like Pirate Hero Quest. Am I crazy for saying that?
No, I understand
that's
exactly what you're saying. It seems to be like a RPG, like a action kind of RPG, like a D&D without a DM sort of thing.
So yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Like I said,
fine.
I'm really into pirates, so it's it would be hard to sell me on this. The art looks fine. The gameplay seems fine. We didn't really get that much of a look at it in the trailer. We're sort of deducing that it's like an RPG type thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have that much more to say about it here.
Yeah, looks
Although
okay.
I'll say, oh shoot, I forgot to set this up. Gosh, I'm really fumbling the bag tonight. We were gonna do, in fact, we'll still do it, but we need to rank the trailers, the gameplay, and what the cover art
and the box
art
yeah,
for each of the
art.
games that we're looking at tonight. So, with that in mind, I will say I don't think this is going to be ranking too highly in any of those categories for me. But that weirdly
the
doesn't.
box art, the actual box art of the game, looks like on the image on the right. Oh, that guy's just Jack Sparrow.
That is literally just Jack Sparrow. Yeah.
That was truly Jack Sparrow. And also the one to the left of it is.
Can they do that?
The one to the left of it is the guy from Princess Bride, Inigo Montoya.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know that you can do that, but that's pretty. That
is crazy.
That like very clearly is Jack Sparrow. Surprising, interesting.
I used to work at a
much to consider.
Bar that was near a bunch of other bars in Brooklyn, and I was walking home from that bar once, and one of the bars had been like bought out for a party. I do not know what kind of party to this day. And on the outside of the bar, like near the front, kind of like steps that you had to go up to get in, leaning against the rail and smoking a cigarette, was a Jack Sparrow impersonator, like in full costume, just like smoking a cigarette. And I was like, man, I love New York City.
Yeah, that's pretty sick, actually. You like this box art?
It's do I like the box art? I mean, it's not the worst box I've ever seen, but it's not the best box I've ever seen. I do have to read Brian's comment. It's probably Jack Robin or something because of copyright.
Mm-hmm. Probably. Yeah,
it's fine. Everything about this is fine.
Yeah, I agree. That's about all I have to say about it.
Yeah.
350. It's doing quite well. 1,000 backers. 2,000, almost 2,000 backers. A lot of money. I guess it's an old game that they're redoing. Anyways, that's enough about it. Skull Tales, Full Sail, version 2, and expansions. Let's move on to Jack, a game of maze and deduction.
Like Jack the Ripper. Just so we're all aware, also just for a little bit of, just to get some information in there. The first version of Skull Tales came out in 2019, so 6 years ago.
Okay. That's like not that long. I feel like normally when
Yeah.
we see these games getting remade, it's been like 20 years or something. But
Yeah.
whatever. Okay, before we even click on this, a few things stand out to me. One, it's a P&P game. That's cool. We were just talking about that.
Mhm.
It is 472% funded with not a ton of money pledged. So low funding threshold.
Wow.
That makes sense for a
Yeah. What
P&P
is the?
game.
I really want to
I
look
like
up the
the
math for that.
cover of this already,
Yeah.
and I can see this being one that I see more favorably. So without further ado, let's look at Jack, the P&P game. $568 was the pledge goal. That
The classic amount, of course, the
so
normal pledge goal amount.
weird number. We don't have a video for Jack, but honestly, for a print and play roll and write, it's not that crazy. Oh, this is cool.
Oh, I like that map. Yeah.
There's a map of London, and I guess you're going to be. I guess when they said it's a maze game, they meant that pretty literally. You're sort of solving a maze as you
Yeah.
draw. Explore the streets of London and follow the clues that will lead you to Jack before he strikes again. Capture the criminals who stand in your way and act quickly. Every second counts, and the fate of the city is in your hands. Immerse yourself in the captivating atmosphere of 1800s London and become the greatest detective the city's ever seen. Okay. Well, the city's seen a lot of great detectives, so that seems like maybe a bit of a stretch. Very cool art, though. I really like the art.
Yeah.
It's
It
looking
looks like this
quite
guy,
nice.
just because of the who I am and looking at the guy on the right, it looks like he's a one-man person who's making the art and the game itself.
Yeah. Should we look at it? Should we see this?
Yeah.
Check this guy out.
That's
13
wonderful.
projects created. Is it all? Seems like just a RPG.
Yeah.
Did
I mean,
not
his
get.
art is really pretty in all of his games.
Yeah. Yeah, totally agree. Looks like he's a big fan of these maze games. It's nowhere near the first one of these he's
Yeah.
done.
I know.
Fast Cap Racing.
A print and play bottle cap racing game.
What? Bottle Cap Racing?
That's crazy.
Okay. Okay, cool. Seems like a
Back
cool
to this
designer.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really understand the rules yet. I guess normally that's what the video does for us, so here's how to play. Okay. You pair six-sided dice and a pencil, look at the map, and draw your path. Use the character sheet to keep track of the abilities and objects you find on your way. Face your enemies rolling the dice and using your abilities. In some cases, you'll have to pierce, cut, tear off, or fold the paper to keep playing. Oh, interesting.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, you're going to gather clues. And that is it. Okay. I don't really get it yet. But what's the pledge level? It's going to be like $5 or something? Yeah, about $5 exactly.
Yes.
So, for $5, do I really need to know exactly what I'm getting into? I would spend $5 on this just for the art, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that is the only tier as well. Wow. You know what? Respect. I respect a simple campaign like this.
Yeah.
It knows what it is. It's not trying to, swing outside of its weight class.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah. And again, I have to say it again. I really love the art. The art looks really
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, this guy's. I mean, we've only seen two so far, but I feel like he's going to be a top contender for best art for the end of the stream.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be hard to top, I think. Hard to say much about the gameplay. It's got a few interesting hooks here, namely where you're like folding and cutting and tearing the paper. That sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Not a lot going on the cards, but yeah, it's hard to read too much into it. But for $5, come on, it's $5. Just get the game. All right, that is Jack, a game of maze and deduction. Oh, you know what? Also, I told Arl we were going to set a timer at the start of each of these games for 6 minutes. I think we've been pretty good so far, but just to sort of
Yeah.
keep us on schedule here, I'm gonna get a timer out. Eventually, we are gonna get to the point where I've got like a little desktop widget timer, so we got like a countdown displayed on screen. That'd be kind of cool. But for the time being, let's set a timer for 6 minutes. I'll just kind of put this over here so I can see it. Okay, next up is Dragons of Etchenstone. Let's start the timer and see what we've got here. Gamefound again, dude.
Let's go. Show me that YouTube video.
Let's watch the YouTube video, I guess. What is this? Oh, is this a trading card? No, these are expansions, not packs. Okay. Less interesting, but so cool.
In today's news, boredom at an all-time high. Life can really.
Come on, dude. We got 6 minutes.
Introducing.
Let's get to it.
Dragons of Etchenstone,
Okay, here we go.
The newest chip theory games title that can fit
Whoa.
in the palm of your hand. In this game, you'll be traveling through Etchenstone, battling monsters and managing
Some pretty
your
intense
legions
CG
through
dragons. Can you guys hear this all right? I'll turn it up a little
hopes
bit.
of leveling up enough to defeat one of the kingdom's fierce dragons. This game may be small, but the decisions are huge. Dragons of Etchenstone, a pocket-sized
Huge
RPG
decisions.
of epic proportions. Dragons of Etchenstone, live on Gamefound now.
He's pretty happy for somebody that just got blasted.
Yeah, well, at least he didn't get a gun pointed at him and shot.
Yeah, what's up with the aggressive Gamefound trailers tonight? First we got shot by pirates, now we're getting...
Ryan says, Chip Theory makes some praised games that I've not played. I think I've heard of Chip Theory and something
Yeah.
made as well.
What do I know them from? Why don't you do a little
See.
digging for me? Oh, here we go. We can
Yep.
just do this. Don't know what it is. They did the Elder Scrolls, Betrayal of the
That's
Second
crazy.
Era, Solar Sentinels. Yeah, I don't really know any of these, but none of these are like what I was expecting to hear from Chip Theory games. So maybe this is just like some of their projects. I don't know. Anyways, I'll tell you, this timer does sort of add a new dynamic to to the browsing experience here because we're at 4 minutes left now, 3:45 actually.
All right,
So
well,
let's keep
take
it
a look at
going. I wish that they would have spoken a little bit more about the gameplay here because I'm very intrigued by what is going on these cards. They've got all these different things, all these different numbers, different spaces. I assume they are like placing the cards and like covering up different things, layering them in certain ways to
Yeah.
like show the different abilities.
Well, we can press the how to play on the left side.
Oh,
That
sure.
might do us.
On the left side, how to play Dragons of Etchenstone.
Cool
Base
art.
gameplay. Yeah, the art is cool. I gotta give it to them. They're sort of giving Jack the Ripper a run for their money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, play Dragons of Etchenstone in the palm of your hand or on the table. Start your adventure by choosing which dragon to hunt. Travel through unique regions. Face ever-increasing adversity as enemies and journeys block your path to the dragon wreaking havoc in Vale. Okay, I am always a little bit skeptical when they say fits in the palm of your hand and then go on to deliver. Like I've tried playing some in your palm of your hand games before, and it's just like so cumbersome, and it's hard to make it feel like much of anything at all. And I see what they're doing here with the cards, where you're like gonna like slide the card in the palm of your hand over the other ones, but I just can't see that really being feasible. That's what I would have liked to see in the trailer, is like an example of how this works in action. But moving on. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Well, okay. I guess I don't quite get what they're showing us here. It seems like this is some sort of the mechanic, but
Channel your hand of 4 cards into spells, elements, and boosts as your apprentice mage attacks and moves through many obstacles between them and the mighty dragons. Okay, so it's like I mean, is it like a deck builder? Yeah. Now I'm also trying to figure out.
I'm like fairly certain that the mechanic is you're like layering the cards on top of each other in different orders and directions with the idea of trying to like chain things together. This is not very explanatory though. This is not doing a great job of teaching me how to play this game. I guess maybe I'm not reading enough, but with 6 minutes on the clock, how much time do I really have to read anyways? Every encounter you complete ended a complete victory, narrow victory, or loss. If you want a complete victory, run merrily on to the next encounter with valuable XP and without suffering damage. If you enter a narrow victory, still earn XP, able to upgrade your cards, but you'll suffer some damage as well, and a loss will leave you suffering damage with nothing to show for it. Okay. Oh, here we go. This is what I've been looking for all along.
18 minutes.
Don't think we really have that kind of time. What if we do this? This is like one of the few advantages to doing it on YouTube.
Dragons of Etchenstone, a crunchy adventure game that fits in the palm of your hand. In
In the
Dragons of
palm of your hand.
Etchenstone, you'll be working your way through the regions of Vale before challenging one of the 4 dragons threatening the land. To do this, you'll be using your
30 seconds on the clock. I'm turning this timer off. We're going to need to do a little more than 6 minutes for this
That's
one.
fine. No worries.
And challenge levels. We recommend starting your first journey by challenging Rodving, the Last Breath. The unchosen dragon card can be returned to the box, tucked in your pocket, or placed wherever is most convenient and out of the way for you. You can even tuck it hidden behind your chosen dragon. Who's going to know? Next, you'll gather your 16 mage cards. These are the cards with the distinguished older gentleman featured prominently in the center. Orient these 16 cards so that the number 2 is facing up on all 16. Give these cards a shuffle and place them on top of your chosen dragon nemesis. Now locate your Region 1 card. This is the card titled Jade Mountains, Region 1. Place the Region 1 card on top of your deck and place the Region 3 card at the back of the deck. You've completed setup, and now it's time to start your journey. Dragons of Etchenstone.
Yeah.
Expeditions. You'll begin by traveling through 4 different regions before your final fight. You'll move from region to region as you finish expeditions, which are completed by making your way through the mage
Guess
deck.
I could full
Now it's time to
screen
begin your
this.
first expedition. At the beginning of each expedition, you'll move the top 4 cards of the mage deck to your hand. This leaves the top card of the deck as your key card. Place the region card on top of the deck.
Oh.
The first step in this phase is to slide your region card down to consult the symbol on your key card. This symbol will tell you whether you're going to be facing an enemy or a journey. The number next to this icon will tell you which of these enemies or journeys that you will be facing.
Do people like this?
Hardships. Hardships are challenge modifiers represented by an icon.
Sorry, I should turn this up
That's
more.
such a-
These icons work.
That is such an
It's a
honest
bit too
question
hard
to just
handle
throw
alone.
out right
You can
now.
choose to divert. To divert, you'll discard the key card and a card from your hand. Discarded cards can be kept behind your chosen dragon card, separate from the rest of your mage deck. The card on top of the deck is
Okay,
your key card.
I used the word finicky earlier to describe this, and I feel like I kind of hit the nail on the head with that
Diverting can be a
because
key strategy to avoiding defeat, but will also leave you with less
I gotta
time
like
to take
arrange the cards in such a specific order while also making sure that they're like pulled down, tucked in a specific way in front of the card in my hand. It's like,
to try to overcome your encounter.
While also
This
all
card
being
is
in the
called
palm
your
of your
action
hand.
set. Here's a quick breakdown.
Yeah.
of the mage card. Up top and to the left,
Because
you'll find the level of the
keep in
card.
mind,
This level can range
Sam,
from 1 to 4.
this is what you
And
forgot,
all
is
cards in your
that
starting deck should
you've been promised that this game fits in the palm of your hand, and so you're also playing it in an airplane seat right now, as it's happening during takeoff.
yeah. I mean, that is like the perfect. That's like the dream scenario. I feel like for games like this is like,
Yeah.
play it on the airplane. But that's like, I don't know. This is too much game to try to play on an airplane as it's taking off. I feel like they've taken this format that I already don't really like to begin with. It's like, how many times am I on an airplane taking off and I like desperately need something to do, and that thing has to be playing a board game? It's like not very often, and there's not really that many other instances that I can think of where I want to engage with something like this. So, anyways, I don't really love the format to begin with, and then also on top of that, it's also pushing it so far to such an extreme, so complicated, trying to get so much stuff in there that I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems like too much for me. Yeah, see? Even Brian, who does normally like games like this, is not getting into it. I agree. It's just too. It's just simply too much. It's too
Except for
overdone.
level 2. Next to the level is an icon tied to this card's element. Mage
I don't
cards
think
come
we
in-
need to keep watching more of this. I mean, look at these
No,
cards. Look
I
how much
think-
stuff this is. It's crazy.
Many numbers. Many such numbers.
Many such numbers. Okay.
Good art, though.
Yeah, I love the art. It's kind of a shame that it's not a more interesting experience.
Well, you know what, Sam? You'll have all the time to think about whether or not it's an interesting experience when you exclusively get Dragons of Etchenstone videos on your YouTube feed.
Yeah, true. What do we think it costs? We haven't looked at the cost yet. I guess here's $30 for everything. That's honestly not that bad of a deal.
No, I
Since
mean,
there's
I was
quite a
going to
bit of
say
stuff.
maybe $15 for just the base. So.
Or you can become a
Wait,
strategist for $800.
Whoa. What do you mean
Strategist.
$800?
Did I really say
For what?
strategist? That's pretty embarrassing. Yeah, then we got all these add-ons. Oh, this is very cool. The wallet. I do like the wallet. See, the art is cool. The presentation is cool. I don't normally like games like this, but I feel like if the game was good, it's hard to say that the game is not good. It's just trying to do too much with too little space. I think if they gave it more room to breathe and decoupled it from this idea of it having to fit in the palm of your hand, maybe there's something cool there.
Yeah.
I just don't like the all that to say. All that to say, it's got some cool stuff going on.
Base game $15 right there.
15. Okay, wow, yeah, that's a good price. Not a bad price in this economy. All right, that's Dragons of Etchinstone, everybody. Let's move on to our next game, Grim Fairy Tales Unbound. I'm going to give it 7 minutes this time.
Okay.
6 minutes seemed like a bit of a... We were kind of hauling there.
We're 3 through, you know?
Yeah, we're moving in a nice clip, I would say. All right, the timer's starting.
Let's do it.
Here we go. Back on Kickstarter. Oh, thank goodness. We've got a video funded in 20 minutes. That's great. Minute and 11 seconds. Great time for a video.
Old Zenoscope universe. Ooh, that's very zoomed in art.
Yeah, we're kind of panning at a slow speed. I don't know that I needed to see that art for that long. It is cool art.
I wonder if this is based off a... This looks like comic book. So it makes me wonder if it's based off like a comic.
Yeah, it does look very comic booky.
I have a feeling you're going to be very hard on this one as a deck builder.
You think I'm gonna like this?
No, I'm just saying. I think you're going to have. I think you're gonna be you're gonna be tougher on it.
Oh, sure.
Because it is a deck build. It's your domain.
Yeah. This is a horrible trailer. This is a really, really bad intro video. I like the cards. I like the look of... I know nothing about how it plays, though. They've told me nothing about how the game plays. They just showed me some art. And honestly, the art that they led with is nowhere near the best art that this game has to offer. Look at all... This is all very cool stuff down here. And the very first image that they showed was this.
That's not good for you?
What? This is fine as just a basic, throwaway nothing card.
Yeah.
But it's nothing awe-inspiring. But then they've got art like this. This is very cool. This is very cool. I feel like maybe lead with that next.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, also I know nothing about the game, which is a shame because it looks kind of cool. I like the way these cards look. It's simple, but not too simple. They've got numbers in places that you don't normally have numbers on deck building cards.
Brian says, my favorite thing for these is knowing exactly how many minutes it took to fund. That weighs into my decision so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why that's such a prestige.
Yeah, I've never thought about it before, but they do love to say it.
Pretty sure it's
the
top of this video, 20 minutes or something. Yeah, horrible intro video, but I'm still holding out hope for the game being cool. 123K, that's pretty nice. 658 backers tells me that there's a pretty lofty pledge level down here somewhere that people are getting into. Also, okay, here we go. Heroes from the realm of Earth, Oz, Wonderland, and Neverland unite to defeat the Dark One and save the universe. Was that anywhere in the trailer? I feel like they didn't talk about the theme. They didn't talk about the theme of this game at all. It's
a cool theme, too.
Yeah. Yeah, done in a comic book style. Hell yeah, I'm all about it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just really stuck on how bad this trailer is. Look at this. Look how cool this is. Show me this.
Zenoscope Entertainment. So is this... Hang on, I'm going to do some research and stuff.
Zoop Unbound. Crowdfunding, comics, cards, games. It's their first created, so apparently they've only done one of these things so far. The box looks a little weird. I don't love the box design. You've got sort of these two panels surrounding the central panel, and they don't really have anything to do with the central panel. And then, like, the side is also has nothing to do with the... This feels like a classic case of, oops, forgot to commission cover art, so we're going to have our, like, marketing intern do the the box design.
So as your guy in the chair, I am confirming. So Zenoscope Entertainment is an independent comic publisher. Grim Fairy Tales is one of their series that they publish. And they are all sort of known for just having like a very sexy and busty lady on the cover art.
Oh, okay. Well, where is that on here? Apparently they've moved away from it a little bit with their first foray into board games. I guess we get it a little bit there. These cards look awesome. The art is very nice. The card design is very nice. I could even forgive the sort of weird box art.
That box art is all over the place. It is a crazy box art to throw.
Yeah. Core game is $34. That's, feels about right. I don't know, maybe a little much, but certainly within the acceptable range. Get 80 hero cards, 60 action cards, 40 tokens. Oh, you get a playmat with it. Okay. I do like the playmat, I think, bumps up the value a little bit there. I don't know what they mean by folded playmat. Is it just paper? Are they trying to say a board?
Oh, yeah, what are they trying to say?
117 people backed this. Then we've got the deluxe edition that comes with some packs. What are these? What is this? Deluxe neoprene playmat, exclusive to this Kickstarter campaign.
Exclusive
booster packs.
6 packs, yeah.
6 packs of 8 cards, mix of holofoil rare. Whoa, so is it a trading card game? Why do I need booster packs for this? I didn't get the sense that it was like a
Brian says,
TCG.
have you Brian says he's going back in the show. Have you considered signing out of YouTube before?
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
Probably I should explore that. Of course, I don't know if I trust the it's not going to stop it from putting up like recommended videos at the bottom. I don't know that I trust the default YouTube recommended videos more than my own feed, but it certainly would be less personal, so maybe that's worth doing. Can you please show me how to play? Okay, here's a how to play video. Thank you. So I'm going to once again turn off our timer. Or should we just move on? It has been 7 minutes.
I mean, I feel like if you want to look at it a little more, we could look at it a little more. But we could also just move on from it.
I think let's just move on. Oh yeah. Okay, so here's some of the art that Zenoscape is perhaps a little more well known for. Interesting. Can't really.
They really know how to make their boxes look ugly. I can't. Sorry.
Yeah. Can't really argue with you there. Looks like a card game. Move on. Yeah. All right. I agree with you, Brian. Let's do it. Let's get out of here. All right. That is Grim Fairy Tales Unbound. Play solo or up. Okay. Also, they mentioned this in the first line. They did not talk about the player count at all. Whatever. Apparently, it's still doing well enough. But we're going to look at Pandemonium now, and I'm going to set the timer again for 7 minutes. And this time, I do actually expect us to be able to crunch through this one within the allotted time frame. So let's have a look at Pandemonium. Is this booster packs again? No, that's box. I don't know why I'm on this booster pack screen. I think it's because the lines up here.
Yeah, see, like a little cut. Yeah.
Yeah. It is fully funded. It's okay. $39. Glad that they're just telling us up front. The art looks kind of cool. Let's watch the video.
Pandemonium is a lightweight
Minute 54.
card drafting set collection game that packs a touch of luck, a pinch of strategy,
I
and
like
a punch of pandemonium.
lightweight
It's the cutest
set
chaos you'll
collecting.
experience.
That sounds
Played
fun.
over 4 rounds. Players
It's not the
choose a tier
cutest.
at random to determine the game
Long
setup
cards.
and the order of importance of the Pandalords. Once set up, the starting player flips the Pandemonium card to determine your fate. Play through the actions on the card. Playing tribute cards from your hand allows you to collect tribute tokens. The round ends when players' hands are empty, and now it is time to bribe the Panda Lords. At the end of the 4 rounds, the player with the most unique favor tiles wins the game. Pandemonium is the perfect entree-level game, great for new and experienced gamers
Perfect
alike,
entree-level
with accessible
game?
rules and randomness of the
Never heard of
draft
that.
So you mean
to allow
entry-level
new players
game?
a chance of victory,
Oh, yeah.
but with enough depth and strategy for the experience.
They're from
to
New
sink their
Zealand.
teeth
They do
into
things
it.
differently.
Yeah, maybe that's how they say
Makes
entry.
A great lightweight game for your collection. So, chant your lucky mantras, play your cards right, gather your tributes, and bribe the Panda Lords to emerge victorious in your new favorite game, Pandemonium.
Your new favorite game. Bold claim. Oh, wow. Now we're getting arrested? This is so aggressive. What is going on tonight?
What is happening? So
Sorry, team, that was the board game police coming after me for not having a fancy animatic for you guys. Hi, Internet.
No, I thought that was
Matt
a good
here,
video. What are you talking
designer
about?
of Pandemonium.
I'll
Thank
tell you
so
what I
much
don't
for
like, though,
coming
is
in.
your lav mic hooked up
that's
to
a
the
that's
wooden
a
spoon.
that's a trend.
It's a trend? People do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, it's a thing that YouTubers do now. They take their extremely expensive lav mic and just hook it up to like a wooden spoon or like a hairbrush or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, also I agree with Brian. Yeah, the video is fine. You don't need to apologize. And
That was
also,
a good video.
this seems... I don't know what you're about to tell me about the games that you didn't already cover in the video, but
You have 22 seconds to tell me more about this
yeah,
game.
let's see.
Checking out the Kickstarter page, and I really hope you do consider backing. If we are successful enough, I can go on and start working on the rest of the PEU. That's the Panda Extended Universe. Marvel, don't
No.
sue me.
No.
So yeah, hopefully.
Okay. Whatever. Don't
You actually, yeah, you could have stopped the video where it
Yeah,
ended.
I think we probably
So
could
it's
have just...
fine.
Wait, how much of this? Yeah, minute 15 is where that begins. So yeah, almost half the video is just this.
Yeah.
That 1/3 maybe. The video is that unnecessary little thing they did. I can see entree level meaning being at the start of the board game night. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, maybe. I would think that'd be more like, you'd call that appetizer level,
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
An appy, as they might say. I have no idea if they would
Grab
say
yourself an appy.
that.
It's an appy level game. The art is nice. It seems
okay.
simple enough.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about everything about this game. It's, you know what? It's very much like in the same category as Skull Tales for me, where it's like,
Yeah.
it's fine. I don't really see anything standing out too much here. They didn't talk about the gameplay too much. It is $39, which seems...
A little steep.
Is it Australian or New Zealand dollars? Is that what it is?
Here, I'll...
No, it's
Oh, it'll
41
tell you.
US dollars.
That's still not ideal.
Yeah.
Brian said, I could see my daughter wanting me to get this game for the theme and ease of time. Not sure I'd have 3 to 6 players regularly, which is a good point to bring up. 3 to 6 is interesting. Not even a 2-player. You got to get that third in there.
You gotta get the third in there. Yeah, I don't know.
Polycules only.
It doesn't seem that uncommon to me. I feel like I've seen plenty of games that like start at 3, but I agree, especially in today's landscape. Seems like so many of the games that we see have like accommodations made for solo or 2-player modes. So maybe that would have been nice to see here. 30 to 60 minutes. I mean, it sounds a little bit long for like a lightweight game. I would kind of want it to be more in the like 30 to 45 minute range, 15 to 30, something like that. Taxes and shipping not included. Wow, I wonder if that includes tariffs. I wonder if that's what they're trying to say here, that they're going to include tariff fees on that. Probably not. This is a fun little meter here that they've got. Although I think you could just say that it's a casual, competitive, game with a little bit of luck in it.
It's cute.
That's kind of cute. Yeah, all things considered, I like it. I don't love it. That's kinda where I'm at. I think that's about all I have to say about it. And we still have a minute left on the clock.
The art's cute. The art's cute, but it's not. It's not like pulling me in.
Yeah, I wouldn't get it for the art alone.
And the gameplay seems manageable. Like, it doesn't seem insane like some games that we play, but it also doesn't seem like it's like breaking new ground of the game industry.
Yeah, it's not really done a good job of communicating to me why it's going to be fun. Except that it's like lightweight and entry level, and you can get your friends to play with you.
Yeah, sometimes we refer to a game where it's like, oh, if a friend had this on their shelf, I'd ask to play it. And I think like I'm going one step back from there. And if my friend reached out to me and said, I backed this Kickstarter, will you please play this game with me? Then I would play it with them. But I wouldn't go to their place and look at it on a shelf and be like, yeah, let's play that one.
Tell you what they do have, though, is the metal coin.
Metal
for
coin.
$5 more.
Mentioned.
Metal coin mentioned, everyone's favorite. Okay, that is 7 minutes exactly.
Okay.
And that's all I have to say about Pandemonium. So right on the dot there. Very nice. Let's keep it rolling, folks. Urban Battle, main square plus one more.
Oh boy.
Junior. Interesting. 460% funded. Only... This has got to be print and play, right? There's no way that these numbers make sense without being print and play.
Yeah. No video.
Wait. What are these little tank things? This is not print and play.
That doesn't look like print play. No, it looks like a game.
A dynamic tank combat in narrow
Okay.
city streets. No video, which is a bit of a bummer. It seems like the kind of game that I would really want there to be a video for. Sorry, I gotta put 7 minutes on the clock here. Small box game? Yeah, maybe, although it's got like some little pieces in there, like these tanks. I don't know.
It's also from Belgrade, Serbia, and I've never played a game from Serbia before. Not a slight, just saying. I really never see a Serbian game developer.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so they've made 9 games before. They're jumping immediately into what?
Terrible father and son team. Imagine a father and son making board games together.
Yeah, that dynamic just does not sound like it would work at all.
For that reason, I'm out.
They're jumping straight into the story here without any images. This is like a lot of text to ask people to
A lot of
read.
blurbs right off the bat. 3D printed tank pieces.
Oh, okay.
But like, do we get them? Molded tank pieces. Oh, okay.
Why do we have both? They look almost
Are there different
identical.
versions? They do look extraordinarily similar. 3D printed tank pieces. Okay. You're really taking me for...
Okay, so yeah, so it is a print and play. So you can buy the print and play version, and I guess 3D print your own tanks, which is cool. It's not too often that you see print and play games include some 3D assets. Obviously, not everybody has access to a 3D printer, but I do think that's cool. And I also, you know what? I think that's probably something we're going to see more of in the future. So get some points for that. I will say though, this Kickstarter campaign is kind of a mess.
Yeah. As Brian has pointed out, not a well-designed page for their 9th game.
No, you would think they would learn a thing or two by the 9th one.
I think we can see our answer in the fact that they've backed 0 games. So they seem to be creating a lot, but not playing a lot of other games.
Maybe they're just totally tapped out of all other Kickstarter. They're not even looking. They don't. Yeah. They're going in totally blind.
By Serbian standards, this could be one of the finest board games ever made.
Yeah, perhaps. So the print and play is $5. 57 people backed that. You can buy the junior version. Unclear what junior means. Normally, I would think junior means like that's what I would think when I hear junior, but something tells me that's not what it is. I think probably within this context, what they mean is like it comes with less pieces, like Urban Battle Light. Maybe. I don't know. I shouldn't even talk. I don't even know.
Yeah.
What this is. Only 3 people backed it though, so probably it's not something I want. 6 people backed Urban Battle FT.
So FT stands for fixed turrets. They're the molded tank pieces. So strangely, the more expensive one is the rotating turret, which are the 3D printed ones. Which you would usually think that the 3D printed pieces are cheaper.
Yeah, you would think that. Um,
And not full throttle.
this is just
Urban Battle.
there are
Full throttle.
way too many
Junior.
tiers
Yeah,
here.
this is very, very confusing. Do you remember when we looked at Jack and we said, "Oh, how nice! It's a print and play game with
Yep.
a singular tier for $4. How refreshing!"
Yep.
This is
They
sort of
were
the
onto
opposite
something.
of that.
This is what Jack.
And also, I really still don't understand what the difference between anything is. This is like why the Wii U failed.
Sure. Yeah, it's a great analogy, actually. Here's the rulebook.
You could tell me Urban Battle Junior and Urban Battle FT and Urban Battle RT, but is there am I paying for a difference between them? All the pieces kind of look the same.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't understand. And I would love a video to sort of explain all of this to me. You've got all this text up here, but frankly, unless I really care about the theme of the game, there's just no way I'm going to read all that to figure out what you're trying to sell me.
There's really no theme of the game.
What are you talking about? It's urban tank battles, dude.
Sorry, I apologize. You're right. How foolish of me.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it with Urban Battle main square. I'm sorry to say. But they did fully fund.
Good for them.
Yeah. Honestly, this is a bit of a head scratcher to me. I'm not sure how this is funding. I mean, we've seen better games. Like what was that? The city stacking game.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
this?
I do.
Stack City, I think is what it was called. That game didn't fund, and that looked way cooler than this.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm just not quite sure why.
What the people want or don't want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, good for Urban Battle, I guess, that they're fully funded.
Yeah.
No hate. Glad that they're doing well. Just
No hate to Urban Battle or his son Urban Battle Jr. Truly.
Yeah. People you think this is a War Games crowd thing, Brian?
That's the exact same thing I was gonna say. I think the War Games crowd will always come through and fund a war game.
Yeah, maybe that's all it is. I don't know. I wouldn't think that this would really scratch the itch for hardcore wargamers, though. For somebody that's so hardcore about wargaming that they're just going to back any war game that pops up on Kickstarter. This feels like sort of, I mean, it says easy play right there on the box, which I would think would be sort of a turnoff for some wargamers, just from what I understand about their preferences. But yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just wargame stuff. All right, that is enough of that. Let's keep things rolling. Let's move on to Cute and Aggressive Capybaras. Another game that I don't have particularly high hopes for going into it. Didn't I say at the start of this show, guys, that we're looking at quantity over quality this week? I feel like we're watching that theme play out in real time here. But I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong about Cute and Aggressive Capybaras. Let's find out and start the clock. Now they do have a video right off the bat, so that's a good start. Oh, we're on backer kit.
We've
And
reached all three corners today.
Yeah.
Well, this is insanely high quality.
They are pretty cute, I have to say. Wow, yeah, this is very high quality. Shockingly
video
high
game
quality.
Intro.
Yeah. Is this the nerd capybara? I do like that they have different personas. What is going on? This seems like way too high quality
feel like a kid watching like a sensory video right now. I'm really into it.
Yeah, you're into it? A lot of effort went into explaining nothing, yes.
Hello, welcome
Oh, here we
to
go.
Aggressive Capybaras, a savage and whimsical strategy game where you play as a capybara. You'll visit hot springs, collect fruits, use powerful items, and navigate unexpected events on this adventure. The capybara that collects all the fruits and returns to the sacred hot spring wins. Here on Aggressive Capybaras consists of two phases. The cute phase, where you build a map and earn your first fruit, and the aggressive phase, where you collect the rest of the fruits. Before you start, get to know the 6 capybaras that will be part of this adventure. Lavender loves the movie Mean Girls, and sometimes she cheats at board games. Olive
I wasn't
enjoys reading
expecting.
game books, and
Was I?
humans can be their friends. Sunflower is a fan of pop music and romantic movies, and will do anything to win. Miles thinks making money is a sport, and is extremely competitive at board games.
We're really
Loves
gonna
card games, and always
go through
carries a
every
snack in her backpack. She
character
wins.
This actually the
backstory?
rest of the time.
Capybaras have
Yeah.
different souls.
Imagine they just did like 50 of these.
Capybara that fit your playstyle, as each one has unique abilities to help you collect fruit. Lavender, Olive, and Sunflower can draw an extra item.
What is going on here? Do they have to patch over? Do you see what I'm talking about? Like put a
Oh,
patch
yeah.
over at the beginning of the turn.
Beginning.
Weird thing to put in your promotional video. I'm getting like whiplash here. I can't figure out. There's such a disconnect between like the quality of the visuals and the quality of the content. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The game is like it feels totally disconnected from the theme.
Yeah.
What was we looked at like a frog game a few weeks ago that I felt like had a similar issue that this
Yes,
game
I remember
has.
exactly what you're talking about.
Where it's
Don't
like
remember the name of it.
hyper complicated, super cute art style.
Yeah, the frogs had like cute little butts and things.
Yeah, the frogs with butts and paragraph text cards. Yeah, I don't think I really want to watch the rest of that video, but let's scroll down a little bit here and see if we can learn a little more. I'm still not quite sure how BackerKit works. It looks similar to Kickstarter, except where's all the tiers? How do I fund this?
You have to go to a separate tab called Pledge Levels. On the
Okay, here we go.
yeah.
Pledge levels. Let's look. So we can get the base game for $39. We can get the
Sorry.
fun.
Why is it not safe for work?
Yeah, wait. What are the capybaras doing to each other? That it's not safe for work.
What do you?
In what
do
way
you
is it
mean?
not safe for work?
Yeah. What do you?
Are they getting
I'm gonna.
too aggressive, or is it perhaps another?
Is it a joke?
Interesting. Or you can get the Double Trouble tier, which is just 2 games. It looks like for $69.
Oh, I just learned why. If you'd like to know,
Sure, lay it on me.
the Fun Magical Kit tier includes the expansion, which I will just say is called the Capi Sutra.
Oh wow. Don't think I'm too interested in that. Again, that's such a weird thing to.
Right. So they made a
include.
capybara game, didn't explain it, and made it not safe for work to take out the family purchase.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. This whole thing is really throwing me for a loop. I'm not quite sure. I can't figure out what they're trying to do here. Is it a complicated game? Is it like a gamer's game? Is it a cute kid's game? Is it... Did you want to just make like a capybara TV show? Because it's like by far and away the best thing about this is that trailer. This is like the complete opposite of the card game that we looked at, where the trailer was just complete garbage. But the game looked cool. This, on the other hand, love the trailer. I could have watched the whole thing.
I mean, it might win Best Trailer.
Yeah, it
tonight.
might win Best Trailer. It very well might. But I just really can't
I just don't know
figure out what's going on. Yeah.
And they went with backer kits so that it would seize it with Brian. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Fun fact about my time in the board. What's next? Indiegogo. That's crazy. Brian, that's crazy. You're the timeout corner for a couple minutes. Fun fact: when I worked in the board game industry and we worked the B2C conventions, BackerKit would come up to us every year and they would be like, "Do you want to have a meeting with us in our private BackerKit room to discuss doing your projects on BackerKit?" And we would go, "Sure." And no matter what they said to us, we would always go, we're okay, but thanks. Thanks, BackerKit.
Yeah, interesting. We are out of time, so I think we're gonna call it there on cute and aggressive capybaras. But
Yeah.
hard to say really what's. It's the whole thing is just such an enigma. And
Man, I'm holding out for a hero tonight. I feel like that song.
yeah, surely one of these has got to be a winner. Also, I think it's worth pointing out that I think lots of other people. We're not the only ones that feel this way because it is only 35% funded.
Yeah.
So, not looking great for cute and aggressive capybaras. Maybe take the one back to the drawing board and rethink a little bit which direction you're trying to go in.
Yeah.
Okay. That out of the way, let's move on to Desert Blitzkrieg, Rommel's North African campaign. Now,
Oh
Arel,
boy. I'm excited for
are
it.
you excited for this?
Yeah, I
How are
wake
you
up every
feeling
day and I
going?
think about the North African military campaign.
I think we can do this in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Here's
Here's
the
the idea, Bryce.
Exactly, yeah. This is what I expect when we say war game. 5K in the bank. They've already funded. This looks like a war game.
They've got their 50 people that care about the game.
Yep.
Compass Games has created 91 games.
Oh
I imagine
my gosh.
all of them are war games. I can't imagine there's not a single one that is not some random singular war event that took place.
Yep. This is certainly a war game. Do you even want to watch the video? We're not going to have anything to say about this.
I want to see so we can give it we have not all 2 minutes, but
It's kind of a fun
What's up,
little
everyone?
intro.
Julian here with Compass Games, and today
Wow,
I
you're-
have with me Desert
I
Blitzkrieg.
well, you're
What?
kind of like really hot to be selling this game. You are not the man. I'm just gonna go out there and say it. You are not the man I expected to be selling me on this game right
Neither
now.
did I. This is not when I think of war gamer, especially a war game publisher. This is not the image that comes to mind.
60-year-old man
Yeah,
in
big
a
beard.
sweater. Yeah, big bushy beard.
Yeah,
Thinning or bald on top. Yeah.
yeah. This
You
guy's
were
looking good
not
for
the
a
man
war
I-
gamer.
North Africa
I
game.
expect it to be. Yeah.
This World War II North Africa game is a pretty straightforward and easy to learn game.
I bet
uses
it's easy
a
to learn.
point map. Combat is conducted on a separate battle board. And
In his
it lasts
Warmity shop, yeah,
a couple
exactly.
rounds or multiple rounds,
Not on some
player decisions.
Not on some
And
cushy
there's
couch
usually
with a bunch
event
of
cards that
healthy and
have
Plants?
thriving plants in the background. Yeah.
So I will open it up and give you guys a look at what's inside. So in Desert Blitzkrieg, we have a deck of 26 cards.
Okay,
I mean, now those are beautiful cards, Sam, right?
it's
I mean, you'd be lucky if your
fine.
cards looked like that. I know,
Honestly,
I bet you
for a war game, this is kind of above and beyond for a war game. Just the fact that we have images on the cards, that's like that's a big leap forward. That's a lot of text.
We have 3 10-sided dice and 2 6-sided dice. Some plastic bags. We have a
Nice.
36-page rule book.
36 pages. It's easy to learn. It's actually
Not
pretty
75
straightforward.
pages, Brian, you pessimist. Half it. Half your
We
guess
have
next
4
time.
different player aid cards.
There's 4 different players.
These 2 are identical with a...
Every time I see one of these games, and no offense to anybody that loves war games, truly all power to you. It looks like taking the SAT all over again.
Sure. Yeah, I think we've seen enough here. Good for them. Good for Desert Blitzkrieg.
Good job, Desert Blitzkrieg.
I love a board game company that knows what they do and does it well, and that seems to be
Yeah.
what Compass Game has going on for them. So,
Yeah.
congratulations. Let's move on. Rogue Dungeon, A Rogue's Tale. Plus 2 more. I assume other Rogue Dungeon
Or dungeon castles, or dungeon
Adventures.
sewers.
Sure. An open world hex crawl campaign for Rogue Dungeon in a deluxe storage box. 480% funded, 100K in the bank, quite a few backers. Let's check it out. Is this going to be our hero for the night, Arel? Is this going to save the day? It looks pretty nice.
Quite impressive. Yeah.
Let's watch the. Let me start the countdown. 7 minutes on the clock, and let's watch the video. Oh,
Prepare to journey into deep dungeons,
never mind.
tombs, filthy sewers,
Whoa.
ominous castles, and a sprawling adventure in this old-school roguelike dungeon crawler for 1 to 3 players.
1 to 3.
Welcome to Rogue Dungeon. This fast-paced dungeon delving.
I like the music.
Stand? Does it come with
That's
this
a good
big
question.
stand?
Maybe.
I've never seen a game that like holds up the cards like that. That'd be kind of cool.
It says it came in a deluxe box, so I wouldn't be surprised to find out this is like part of the package. It's pretty nice. This does look like Tabletop Simulator footage, though, so we'll see. I love the soundtrack. I don't think it works for this video. I'll say that, for this board game theme.
Brian says, I'm out. Roguelike and dungeon crawler. Like those things? That's a very
An
understandable.
experience
Very
becomes even
oversaturated
bigger
market.
with 3 new expansions. The
Oh, they
sewers,
got animations.
the castle,
I can't tell what's going on with these animations. They're like really
What is that?
jumpy.
What is this picture? This picture kind of scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a lot happening in this picture, and it kind of scares
I
me.
think they probably didn't need to add the jitter animation to the.
Is it also
moving stills.
AI art? I can't tell. It might not be, but it also might be.
Oh, you know what? That's such a good point. I kind of.
It's
I don't know. I don't want to do the AI witch hunt thing.
Okay,
It looks fine, but
It's whatever. Whatever it is.
full-blown
It's
hex-crawl
uncanny.
campaign,
yeah.
a rogue's tale. Alongside new rooms, monsters, loot, maps, bosses, you may play as one
Alongside
of 6
all of
amazing
that?
new heroes with exciting skills and items.
I do like the vampire hunter cat. That's catching my interest a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to play as him.
Every hero has 2 variants, so you can face all the new challenges
gender
looking
swaps.
exactly the way you want.
Whoa.
Dive into the
They all
sewers
look
and
in
descend.
their own way hideous. They all look really ugly on both sides.
Alchemist bird. Yeah, the more I see of this art, the less I'm vibing with it.
Into a shadowy underworld of twisting tunnels and toxic canals.
That's
Face
disgusting.
perilous new concepts and side quests. From interacting rooms with switches to flooding hazards and debilitating afflictions lurking around every bend. Explore a castle and venture into a nation Gothic stronghold ruled by cunning vampire lords. With eerie secret chambers and dangers around every corner. Choose your
All
entry
alchemist
point,
bird party, let's
forge your
go.
paths,
Everyone wants to kill
determine your
alchemist bird.
destiny. Embark on the ultimate solo adventure with A Rogue's Tale. A sprawling campaign expansion that unites the entire Rogue Dungeon experience into a single cohesive adventure.
Alright, I think I've seen enough of this. It's kind of a long video.
Wait, what if they drop a bomb on us at the end of the video?
You wanna,
how are we
I guess
supposed
I
to know? No,
don't know
not
what
at
else
all.
we're gonna keep looking at. Some of this art is like truly grotesque. Like this giant centipede
I think
thing.
I think it is all AI art. Again, we're not doing this, but there is a use of AI thing, so I think it's all just.
We do not use AI generated content in our project. We do use AI tools to post-process completed or partially completed artwork created by our human illustrators.
Isn't it usually the other way around? Again, not attacking it. Isn't it usually that AI makes something and then a human tweaks and edits it?
I guess, yeah. I don't know.
Whatever. Okay.
It's like
I don't
it's
like
not
the
even that
art
interesting to.
regardless.
Yeah, I think that's
Doesn't even make me care.
that's the important part. Kind of just don't like it. Yeah.
I think from now on the conversation is. From now on the conversation is not. We ethically or morally care that you're using AI for your art. It's you can use AI for your art and we can find it ugly, and that's just where the conversation ends. You know.
I've yet to find an AI art game that I'm like, wow, actually, I do kind of like the art, though. You know? So, maybe one
I'm
day
also
that...
not a Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of hex crawl games. I'm with Brian. I'm also not a huge fan of like roguelike games, especially in a board game form. I'd rather just
Yeah.
play a roguelike video game.
Yep,
So
absolutely. This is a classic thing. We run into this all the time on the channel where it's a game that really would just be better as a video game, I think. You really just
yeah,
should have made a video game. I can't see any world where this is like elevated by being on your tabletop.
yeah,
Um, despite it having like some cool elements, like I liked how the castle rooms sort of connect to each other, and you're building up
yeah.
this procedural castle. That seemed kind of cool, but not enough to compensate for the overwhelming complexity that's going on here. And yeah, just make it a video game, guys. Just make it a video game.
Listen, Brian said, in other words, someone drew stick figures and got AI to make it art. That theory might be the strongest case for why some of the proportions on these cards look the way they do.
Yeah, honestly, probably.
There's honestly something logical in that sentence.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, that's certainly one way that you can use AI. You can have it like look at an image and then tell it to like project this prompt onto what you've already given it. So
That's crazy.
it's probably what's going on. Yeah, I agree. We've got somebody said they say they use AI and then they say that they don't, or the other way around. Yeah, it is confusing when they go, we do not use AI generated product. We do use AI tools. So whatever. That is
number one hidden gem on Android. What do you mean? Can you scroll down a little bit?
Where?
Right there. Oh, up. One more. There you go.
Number one hidden gem on Android.
10th best Android game of all time. So it is a video game.
I guess. Is it just a tabletop version of a video game that exists? Because if that's the case, what are we doing here, guys?
Why are we doing this?
Yeah, what's the point? Let's just we are out of time, but very quickly let's look at the pledge levels. $35 gets you the Sewer Rats pledge. Just tell me what it is. Is this like the core game? I feel like in some campaigns it's nice to have like the cute titles for the different pledge levels, but for this, I'd kind of like to just know what comes with it. Here's the deluxe box. Here's the Champion of the Realm. Here's the newcomer. Okay, I mean the pledge structure seems fine. There's like a bunch of stuff here, but seems like most people are backing this. The expensive Knight of the Realm pledge featured. Whatever. I kind of don't care about this.
This is the second version of this game to release.
Okay.
The first version came out in 2020. This seems to be like a reprint and expansion for it. And it is genuinely it has a video game adaptation on Steam. They released it on Steam.
Wow.
In 2023. Yeah.
That's so bizarre because if they're remaking the game and it came out in 2020, the AI art was not a thing in 2020. At least not to this extent.
Yeah, no,
what did
it
it
looks
look like
much
before?
better in the 2020 version. Yeah, here. Let me send you the.
Yeah, link that to me real quick.
I'll just show you the.
Well, this is kind of a crazy box, though. Now that we're seeing it, they do have the card stands. So I'll be honest, that scores some
card
points.
stands are cool. That's really cool.
This. You see this box? Check out what this does.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Wait, that's pretty sick, though.
Yeah, no, I do like that. It scores some points for the box, the deluxe box layout. That's very cool, actually. I do want to see the earlier version of this, though. Did you?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
nice. Oh, I see. Yeah, I could understand why they would maybe want to.
Oh, here's the
if you
want to put this up really quickly. This is the original campaign that they ran. That made $32,000.
Okay.
So we can just do a very, very quick then and now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This art also is a little weird for me. I can't. The style is throwing me off. It looks like claymation almost,
Yeah, it does.
except it's hand drawn. But that being said, I do still like it more than the newer version. It's just got a little bit of charm to it. Well, the graphics look neat, but in the end, it's just a custom insert. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's true. Okay. No, I do like this more though.
By this box. That's funny.
I feel like it's weird that they would redo this with AI art, because it definitely doesn't look better now.
No.
And they already, I assume they paid money for this.
Yeah.
So it's weird that they would be like, well, actually, we're going to redo it. We're going to throw out all the... Yeah, okay, we looked at this long enough. Let's move on. That's Rogue Dungeon. Don't think that's going to win any awards tonight. The others just pull their work away. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I would assume that they would like pay for it and own the commercial rights. So I kind of doubt that that's the case, but maybe something happened there. Who knows?
Throw out something about Fairy Tale right off the bat.
Okay.
Insane name for SEO purposes.
Sure.
To just name your game Fairy Tale. What
Fairy Tale game.
What a logistics nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah. Have to agree with you there.
Is this literally not? Wasn't there a game tonight that was like Grimm's Fairy Tales or whatever?
Yeah. The game that we looked at already was called Grim Fairy Tales, yes. Unbound.
Okay. There you go.
Back on Gamefound, you guys know how I feel about this. I will say, I am sort of really vibing with the packaging that they've got. It's sort of packaged in like this log. Do you see this?
I love the log.
The cardboard log. That's very cool. Let's watch a video and see if they can sell us on this very poorly named product. Big Board Theory. Wow.
Whoa.
Talk about production value.
Are you coming for best video tonight? Because you might get it. Would you make this in Unity?
Yeah, it does look
like
like
Unreal Engine 5? All of that was so unnecessary.
Can we please get to the game? They're doing music? We get a musical number? It looks like Polar Express.
Well, like Polar Express. These children are terrifying.
Yeah.
I need you to stop showing me their faces.
I need you to tell me about this game.
They made it a song.
Yeah, they really commissioned an original song. Wow. Very cool looking minis. What is this? What are these card shapes? You're like building a puzzle?
Like a jigsaw puzzle. Alright, well, I don't hate that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
This is very over the top, production-wise. I can't do the song, though. I'm sorry, I can't do the song.
I can't believe you. I can't believe you do this to me.
I would love them to ditch the song and read off to me what they're talking about instead of putting it in a little text.
It's a fairy tale.
I don't care about the fairy tale. I play a board game and my guy's a mouse. This is all like so...
Yeah, I agree. This song's my jam too. This is gonna be my top played on Spotify.
Alright, fine. It is still going. Okay. Well, there we go.
That's crazy. This game's production value genuinely rivals some video games that I've seen.
True. Absolutely. Can't disagree with that at all. I really love the box art. It really is just so over the top. Everything, all of the components feel like they're little puzzle pieces that you have to put together in different ways.
Does it come with this huge wooden...
Oh my god.
Dice
You're
tower?
kidding. Yeah. That is a crazy dice tower. Who even knows what the game is about? I think you just buy this because you want to assemble it on your tabletop and play with the little pieces.
Fairy Tale manages to capture the experience of your classic dungeon crawler while providing a more guided story arc that will fully engage the players. Man, I mean, talk about a perfect game for Gizmo Brian, am I right?
There we
That's
go.
all his favorite buzzwords. Dungeon crawl, Ameritrash, everything the heart wants.
Brian says no way it all fits in the little log box. I think it's not very little. I think that is a big box.
My log has a board game for you. That is a reference to Twin Peaks, by the way. That just came out of nowhere.
Okay.
Why? Is that
Mechanics.
just a mistake that's storytelling is like randomly capitalized? Is there something I'm missing here?
Storytell
In.
ing.
Good.
Yeah. It is very much for the family, which I doubt a little bit. I mean, I saw how many components there were there. I would think this would be a little bit more on the gamer side, but I'll take your word for it. Yeah, obviously it's very thematic. And, okay, this is throwing me off. It says it's a 7, but then
Well, it
they've got
looks
this
like
sort
it's,
of
like, right
positioned
halfway.
right in the middle. Yeah,
Yeah, right in the middle.
What? Okay, whatever.
This look like very arbitrary placements, whatever. Okay.
Enchanting adventure packed with humor, drama, amazing components, and heroic house pets. Perfect for story lovers.
I do love a story.
Yeah, I have to say I do too. Man, this is a crazy game to release in April of 2025. Staring to the barrel of
Why do you think?
145% tariffs.
It's gonna be hard to get some of these things? I don't understand what you.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely none of these pieces look like they were bespoke and made just for this game. They all look like generic components. As we watch the frigging jigsaw puzzle character get assembled.
Maybe it's numbered 5 to 10. Says Brian. All made in America, baby. Yeah, right. Okay, looks like it costs 169 euros.
Yeah, but that's for all 3 logs and the treehouse.
That's a lot of logs for the 108. What is that in dollars? Please show me in dollars. I wish you would just show me in dollars.
I got it.
You can get just the central log for. Okay, so there is only 2 tiers. Oh, I guess it's just Gamefound. They do it a little differently around here. So you can add on the expansion separately if you want. You can add on a set of bookmarks for $1.
But an extra $20, so 190 US dollars for everything.
Okay.
I have 200.
Okay. It seems like a good deal. Sure.
You know what would really sell me on it?
What?
If there was a CD with the theme song burned.
Oh, shut up. I don't want to hear it about the theme song anymore. That's...
Instead of a treehouse dice tower, could you just roll a die instead? No, preposterous. How dare you suggest such a thing?
I'm going to have a hot take here that the theme song made me like this project less. I would have liked the project more if we didn't have... Yeah.
Yeah.
What
are you gonna suggest? What are you gonna suggest to me next? That I use plastic coins when I play a game? Get out of here.
Okay. Whatever. So this is Fairy Tale. Crazy game. Crazy name for a game. Crazy thing to name your game. But it might just have enough going for it to stand out despite that. I like it.
Can we go to the what's in the box thing quickly? I just want to see what's in the box.
What's in the box? Where is that? What's in the box? There we go.
It's also the final line in the hit film 7. But
okay. You get a rule book. You get 9 map tiles. You get 4 hero board parts. Custom shaped. Thank you for pointing that out. You get 4 defense player board parts. You get 4 offense player board parts.
Custom shaped there. Custom shaped, by the way.
You get 4 armor player board parts.
Custom shaped, if you're curious.
Yeah, do we really need to say that every single time?
Custom shaped, by the way.
I guess thanks for pointing it out. 9 armor token. Okay, yeah. So it's just like a bunch of really custom wooden pieces that all fit together in a fun jigsaw way.
I'm sure nothing could go wrong with this right now.
You get some minis. You get some little cards and stuff. Yeah, everything, literally everything is custom shaped. By the way.
If you even care.
If you even care. If anybody cares.
Everything's custom shaped, by the way, if you care.
3 combat boards. These are crazy. This is insane.
I was just looking at Christian the hamster jerky. It's a funny. It's just like really funny about it. About Christian the hamster.
That's a funny name. Okay, whatever. I think we've looked at this long enough. Obviously, this is probably going to win something tonight. Not even so much because
4 rat miniatures.
It's like my favorite game ever, but just kind of compared to everything else we've looked at so far.
I mean, it's kind of insane. I mean, the scope of it is absurd.
Yeah, very well said. Certainly is absurd. Okay, Escape from Tibble's Tower, 53% backed. I've got
You Are All Tibbles,
The Infinite God of Time,
and also a mustache tuxedo cat.
This is just too silly. I'm not expecting to like this. Get me off of Gamefound, guys! Get out of here with Game. This has been like every other project tonight. I can't do this. I really can't do this. That is a cool looking cat, though.
Your YouTube is gonna be so bad tonight.
Yes. Let's watch this vertical.
Escape.
1 minute. I love I love viewing things through a little square. I actually ask for this all the time.
Players will draw tiles to form the game board. Draw game cards to help you on your journey.
No, you know what? No, we're not gonna watch this. I'm sorry, we're just not gonna watch this. This is too. We've watched too many bad videos tonight.
This guy made a game for his cat Tibbles, just so we're all on the same page. There's no way he didn't do this.
Yeah,
This guy's cat is named Tibbles, and then he said, "I'm gonna make a whole game themed around my cat," and then he did.
The art is cute.
Yeah.
The art is cute, but
I like the last word.
Yeah, I don't know why that's so funny.
The lowly one game dice.
I think that compounded with the custom shaped from the last one we looked at. The 1-2 punch of that really got me going there.
The old Diadaxis boss game piece.
I'm sorry. Should we watch the video? Should we go back and watch the video?
Yeah, we should. It's a minute long. You can do it. I believe in you. I
don't want to encourage people making crappy videos like this. It's like, if you're not going to respect me enough to shoot your video with a real camera, not your iPhone.
Turn your phone 90 degrees to one direction.
Yeah. Then I don't respect your project enough to watch the video.
Form the game board. Draw game cards to help you on your
It's probably because he uploaded it to TikTok.
Move through the tower to
I
find
guess.
the escape before the boss of the tower
It's the ugliest detour I've ever
reveals
seen in my life.
himself
Okay,
and comes
sorry.
to get you.
I agree.
It just came out of me. Jeez.
When he catches up to a player, they are sent in a time loop back to the start time.
Why does it look like that?
Unless, of course, the player has a chrono cucumber to throw at him, sending the boss.
Stop! It's too silly. It's too goofy, aha, random.
With other game cards to help you to be the first.
Maybe some people like
it.
it.
Escape and win.
It's really turning me away from the game, though.
It's millennial humor, you know it.
The Zillennial.
Tower.
Well, maybe
now live on Gamefound.
How about we use a real platform like Kickstarter, maybe? Yeah. At least he told us how to play the game in the video. I do sort of understand what we're doing.
20 euros.
Apparently, no one likes it. Well said, Brian. Apparently, no one likes it. Yeah, it's me. I'm one of them. I'm a Tibble's Tower hater, and I'm sorry to say it.
If there's no Tibble Towers haters left, it means that Sam has died.
Infinite meowmentum.
Of course. Just kidding around.
Please, please turn your phone around. Please turn the phone around. What are we doing?
What's with the cubes? You mean action? Do you mean the action cubes?
The
What are they
action
called? That's what
cubes.
they're called, right? Action cubes?
Classic
Well,
board
action
game piece.
happening. Hey, collector's bundle for $50. It could be yours. I'm just putting
50
that out.
pounds, by the way.
13 people have pledged it,
Okay.
and it's not enough.
Yeah. Get out of here, Tibble's Tower.
And seen.
That's enough.
As they say in the industry, Tibble.
Lying
another
Pirates,
pirate game. Thank
Cities
God.
of Greed expansion. Better turn things around for me. If I click on this link and we go to Gamefound again, I think I'm just going to close the tab immediately. I think I'm just not going to look at another Gamefound project.
It's made a preposterous amount of money for it to be on Kickstarter. That's my first side. $275,000 seems to be like a Gamefound thing.
That's a Gamefound. What's going on? Is Gamefound like the European Kickstarter? Is that what everybody in Europe uses? Because it is always like in euros or pounds.
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh. Best viewers. There we go. Nice. Thank you.
I got it.
All right. I guess let's click on it. I just know it's going to be Gamefound though. I'm bracing myself. Yep. There we are. Okay.
This has, truly become perhaps Sam's least favorite episode we've ever done, and my favorite.
The show is called Kickstarter Quest. I'm not going to look at Gamefound. I'm sorry. I don't want to look at Gamefound. This is about Kickstarter, not Gamefound.
Welcome back, Captain.
I can't do it anymore.
Brace yourself
For an
the next
expansion?
thrilling chapter of
Welcome
Lion
back,
Pirates.
Captain.
Where unexpected alliances are formed.
You guys gonna
and
shoot me at the end of
sneaky
it?
attacks are always around the corner. First, thank ye to all our loyal
Those are pretty
sailors
pieces.
who brought
Yeah,
the
it's a
original
well
game
shot
to life.
video.
Your passion for our fast-paced dice adventure, celebrated for
Oh, it's a
minimal
dice
downtime,
adventure.
thrilling player interactions, and premium components. Rallied support from over 5,000 backers in more than 70 countries.
Okay.
Now set your
Tell me about
course
really
on
nice.
our newest treasure,
It's really nice to see some dice that don't make me want to go back to the pirate pointing a gun at my head.
Metal coins.
earlier.
And we've delivered. With the new game mechanic, City Influence, and the Mayor's Die, you'll face critical choices, amass wealth, or launch cunning attacks. Every decision reshapes a treacherous political landscape. Will ye forge uneasy truces, or make your rivals taste your gunpowder? We're excited to...
I like that. I appreciate that he pointed the guns away from me this time.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for He said, "Oh, it's liar's dice with a lot more pieces." That was my first thought watching it as well.
Yeah.
These fresh challenges add even more layers of strategy and mischief, amplifying the
Best pirate game of the night, maybe? Yeah, I think I'd be pretty
Could be,
comfortable
shapes
saying
up to
that.
Our award-winning illustrator, Sergeant Vadakovic, returns to bring this world to life with breathtaking.
It's very
artwork
nice to
that
give
capture
flowers
the
to your
high seas
illustrator.
spirit, ensuring your adventure looks as incredible as it feels. Do ye have what it takes to plunder, backstab, and obliterate your mateys? Claim
You know what this game is missing, though? A theme song.
You're right.
the Mayor's Die. Load your muskets and secure your fortune. The next chapter of Lying Pirates promises gold for the brave and ruin for the careless.
Okay, great.
Lying pirates, pirates who lie. Oh, it's still going.
Okay, great. Yeah, this seems cool, actually. I do like it. It's an expansion, so it's always a little bit hard to do one of these videos for.
Yeah, it's definitely trickier.
But I like the way that the game looks. Falls into that perfect little space for me where it's like got some complexity to it, got some unique mechanics going on. You're
It
rolling the
did look
dice in the
unfun
cup.
from the trailer.
Yep.
Perhaps the first thing that we've watched tonight that made me go, "Oh, I would play that."
Yep.
I'd have fun
Absolutely.
playing that.
Yeah, even Fairy Tale, as cool as the trailer was, like didn't really do a great job of explaining why it's fun. But like this, I feel like I get it. I understand why it's fun. I would sit down and play this. I don't know that I would back it necessarily, just because, pirates, we've already been over this. Not necessarily my favorite theme, but yeah, they've got some good stuff going on here. They've got some good stuff going on in Lying Pirates Cities of Greed expansion. This is kind of an insane price, I will point out.
Yeah.
Oops.
Just a casual, pretty much $200 US.
How do I close cancel? Okay. Choose rewards. Yeah, it's gonna be about $200 for everything. Oh, this includes the base game too, though. I see.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the base game. I assume this is just the expansion.
Yeah, it is. So it's just expansion. Yeah.
Cities of Greed expansion plus upgrade box. Oh, so the box is nicer. Okay. Okay. That's a lot of different stuff to look at, but whatever. Yeah, I like Lying Pirates. Seems neat.
Yeah.
Let's move on because we are 15 minutes away from 2 hours deep on this show.
Let's do it. Well, we got one game left.
One game left. Pulp Romance.
Best
now, Arel is counting on this one being a real winner.
I love Pulp Romance. I mean, that'll be said on the record.
We are once again looking at Euros, and so I do fear that we are Gamefound bound, but I would love to be wrong about that. Yes! Yes! Oh, my old friend. My old friend Kickstarter. It's so good to be back. I couldn't even tell you why. It just is more visually pleasing than Gamefound. I just would rather be on this website.
Whoa, no spoilers. I want to watch the video.
Okay. Watch the video. Here we go.
I need to watch Pulp.
I repeat, the war is over.
My love, you're the one that got away. But now that the war is over,
where are we going here?
I'll do everything I can to find you again. Fate has brought us together once, and I'm sure it will help us again.
It's a little more French than I was expecting.
I'll go anywhere and search for you. I'll put adverts in the newspapers. I'll get money from the banks. I'll also hire detectives.
You can bail on this at any time, Arel, if you decide that this isn't the winner you thought it was.
The journey doesn't matter.
No.
As long as I find you.
No, I stand by it.
You stand by it, okay.
Just
black screen for the last
for the rest
10
of the
seconds?
video, huh?
Is there gonna be a jump scare at the end? Oh no!
Oh my god, what if we got scary card? That'd be crazy.
I've seen enough scary card tonight. Who is this nasally dude? Todd Sanders, you wonderful man.
So who made it? Albon.
It's a solo game by Todd Sanders. So,
who the hell's Albon?
Just beats me, dude. I'm just reading words here. It's made in France, or comes from France, I guess. Pulp Romance is a game designed by Todd Sanders for one player and lasts 30 minutes. Exactly 30 minutes? Wow. The aim of the game is to find your own true love, the one that got away. The one you dream of in the fun. This is not what I...
Theme like that from the trailer. Todd Sanders.
Yeah. Is Pulp Romance really an accurate title for this game? When I saw this, what I was imagining is that you're like playing through the plot of a romance novel.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really seem like that's what this is. I don't know. What's your read on this?
I have literally no read on this. I don't know what's happening.
Card dice narrative game with strong theme that takes place in the middle of the 1930s, the golden age of pulp magazines, hard-boiled movies, and romance stories between the two world wars.
Sure. So question, can you say that your game is like a really strong thematic game when all you do is just take art from the 1930s that you didn't commission, by the way? It's just art that is
That's
assumably
public domain.
At this point, public domain, and then you slap it on a bunch of cards.
Yeah, I mean, it would be one thing. I think, there's a way to do that and for it to be cool.
Yeah.
But this is not that way. There's not really any artistry that's gone into it. There's not really any. Doesn't seem like it serves the theme of the like mechanics of the game at all. Yeah, I don't love it. It is not romancing me in the way that I think it hopes to. Here's what's in the box. Bunch of cards, bunch of action cubes, 4 etched custom dice, and then just a lot more cards. Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is literally just all art taken from the covers of romance magazines.
Yeah.
From that era. Brian says, find your one true love by staying home playing this game. Yeah, that's great.
Because Todd Sanders, the designer, is an unstoppable fountain when he starts designing. First off, gross. We decided to release the Pulp Romance Companions expansion at the same time. More character cards to play, more lost loves to find, and new companion cards with new etched die.
Yeah, we had a crazy new idea for this Kickstarter campaign. What if, on top of the base game, we also did an expansion that launched at the same time?
I've never heard of that before.
Insane. And it's only because Todd Sanders is an unstoppable fountain. $23 for this. See, this is why I love Kickstarter, dude. It just tells me. It just tells me how much it is. How hard a feature is that?
Not hard. That's what I was going to say. Not hard at all.
Yeah. So, $23 for the base game. 1 copy of the game. Subscribe to my newsletter. Not even a please or thank you. You're buying the cheapest tier? Subscribe to my newsletter.
Oh my god.
He says it on every level.
Please clap.
Please clap. Oh man, Pulp Romance. I don't know what to say. Pulp Invasion and Pulp Romance.
1 copy of Pulp Romance. 1 copy of Pulp Romance Companions. 1 copy of Pulp Invasion. 1 copy of Pulp Invasion X1. 1 copy of Pulp Invasion X2. 1 copy of Pulp Invasion X3. 1 copy of Pulp Invasion X4. Galactic Map.
Well,
back to the famous slipcase.
It's the famous slipcase. It's back for
subscribe my newsletter. And 20 people did it.
20 people did it. That's crazy. Can I subscribe without backing the game? I think so. I think you can just click this link, and it'll take you there. I'm a little curious. What do you think? Should I subscribe, and we'll do a segment at the start of each show where we just keep tabs on what Todd Sanders, the Unstoppable Fountain, has been up to recently?
Subscribe my newsletter.
Okay, guys. Well, that is Pulp Romance. We do always kind of hate to end on a bummer game. A lame game. Although, we had some fun here. We had some fun with Pulp Romance. There were some goofs and gaffes to be had, so...
Yeah.
Don't need to worry yourself with this dude, yeah.
They've got... I gotta also say, this publisher, Albin Viard, they've got... they've got games that have, like, really pretty art and pieces.
Alright, well, look at this very quick. Oh, yeah, look at this. Well, there's Pulp Invasion. I think that's probably the same thing.
I'm looking at Clinic right now. Like,
oh.
Clinic's got some good stuff happening with it.
Sure.
Well, maybe not that far, but, I mean, it's like...
Whatever. We're about to go over time anyways. We need to rank these games real quick.
Yeah.
We got 5 minutes left on the clock before we cross 2 hours. Let's just really quickly.
Let's throw it in.
Brian asks if there was a non-bummer game. I think Fairy Tale was interesting. Lying Pirates, albeit an expansion, was, you know, a well put together campaign. I don't know, how would you rank these, Arl? Should we start at the bottom? I think
yeah,
let's start at the
bottom.
I think it might be Urban Battle at the bottom for me.
Might be Urban Battle.
Yeah. Really bad campaign. I don't know. You guys already know. We don't need to go into it again. I hate to trash on Urban Battle too much.
There was a lot of mid-tier stuff this week. I mean, just so many things. Like, can I even rank Desert Blitzkrieg? I don't know. You know what I mean?
I think I can. I think we can put together a list here. I think it's
okay.
Urban Battle at the bottom.
Agree.
Real quick, Brian says Pandemonium was probably his favorite. That's, you know, I respect that.
I respect it.
It was it was certainly a game. There's nothing bad about Pandemonium, in a way that a lot of these other games had something bad going on. Okay, Urban Battle at the bottom. I think Rogue Dungeon, not Escape Tibble's Tower. Probably Rogue Dungeon.
I forgot about Escape from Tibble's Tower.
Rogue Dungeon had the cool card stands, though.
Oh, that is true. Okay, Tibble's Tower, and then Rogue Dungeon.
Then and then
Desert.
I think I put Cute and Aggressive Capybaras. I don't know. The art was cute.
I will say, Cute and Aggressive Capybaras is going to win my best video this week.
Yeah.
I mean, that was insane.
Yeah, that was.
You can love the game or hate the game, but the fact of the matter is that they had an insane video.
Yeah. I think I'm fine putting Desert Blitzkrieg next, and then Cute and Aggressive Capybaras. Oh wait, Pulp Romance I think goes below Desert Blitzkrieg. At least is like for somebody. It knows the target audience, and it executes on like what they want. So I think I put that above Pulp Romance.
And it gave me a botanical tall glass of water presenting the game to me. How can I be mad about that?
Sure. Yeah. So yeah, then we go Desert Blitzkrieg, and then now we start getting into the games that we actually like a little bit. And I think probably I go Grim Fairy Tales next.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, just looking at all these, I think it is Grim Fairy Tales
we didn't
next.
Put Pulp Romance. I feel like Pulp Romance has to go below.
Yeah, Pulp Romance is below Desert Blitzkrieg.
Oh, perfect.
So just to review, the list so far is Urban Battle, and then Escape from Tibble's Tower. Mm-hmm. I think actually probably then Pulp Romance. I think that's below the dungeon one, and then Rogue Dungeon.
Then Rogue Dungeon.
And then
Cute
Desert
and Aggressive
Blitzkrieg.
Capybaras. Oh, then Desert Blitzkrieg. Okay.
And then Cute and Aggressive Capybaras, and then Grim Fairy Tales, and then Skull Tales. I think.
I was gonna say either Skull Tales or Pandemonium. Yeah.
Pandemonium.
Skull Tales or Pandemonium. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would go Skull Tales. Yeah, I think I go Skull Tales, and then Pandemonium, and then
Dragons.
I think I might put Dragons below Pandemonium.
Whoa. Okay.
I don't know. Pandemonium was like it was fine. In a week of things that I genuinely did not care for, Pandemonium was fine. Like, this is a well shot video. The cards have like I would say good art. There's a cute theme to it. It looks easy enough to play. I don't know. I think I like Pandemonium. What do you say to that? Above or below Dragons?
I put Pandemonium above Dragons.
Okay. Seems fair. And now we're starting to get up into like the B-A tier.
Brian said Pulp Romance gave you a subscription.
Yeah. I guess that is worth something. I think Jack is next.
Yeah, Jack's only thing is that it's just like a simple print and play. That's why it has to go where it is, because otherwise it looked very nice. Actually, I would give it a try.
Yeah,
for $4.
I think it goes Jack,
Uh,
and then Lying Pirates,
Yeah.
and then Fairy Tale at the top.
And then Fairy Tale? Yeah, Fairy Tale was crazy.
Yeah, that was a nuts. Let's take one more look at it. Yeah, that dice tower. I think they could win the night just on the dice tower alone. Plus the packaging. Plus, love it or hate it, they did have a theme song. So
Plus Christian the Hamster.
Christian the Hamster. Yeah, that's true. All right, well that's our tier list then.
Okay.
Next week we will have a.
We'll have our proper awards.
Yeah.
We're giving best game to Fairy Tale.
Yeah.
Would you accept best video for Capybara?
Absolutely.
Even though we like the game.
Absolutely.
And best art. Who are we giving best art to?
Ooh.
Best box
art. Best box art or just art in general? I guess it's probably the same thing.
General. Yeah.
It might be. It might be Fairy Tale again. I don't know. If we say that. I think it might be a good rule to say that the same game can't win in multiple categories.
Yeah, same game can win multiple things. Yeah.
So I would either give it to Jack or maybe Dragons. I did like the Dragons art.
I thought the Dragons had really good art to it. I was thinking Dragons.
Yeah. I think I'd be fine going Dragons. Although there was something charming about the Jack art.
Yeah, I would agree.
Just that it was all done by one guy. It's all very cohesive. And it's maybe more stylized than Dragons is. But I don't know. I think Dragons is probably objectively,
It could be an objectively extremely complicated game that we couldn't understand, but also gorgeous art. We've seen it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Well, there you go. That's our awards for the evening. And
episode 6.
That
in the bag.
Yeah. That's episode 6 in the bag, guys. Why are we so weirdly zoomed in on you, Arel? Oh, I guess you're just sitting. You're sitting off to the side in a weird way. It's fine. I shouldn't have said anything. Cool. Well, there we go. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for making it to the end. And if you're here and you're not subscribed, either on Twitch or on YouTube, you just go ahead and click that little. Well, I guess no pressure to subscribe on Twitch. Follow on Twitch. Subscribe on YouTube. It's always a confusing nomenclature there, but
yeah.
But yeah, bit of an off week, bit of a bummer week, unfortunately. But I feel like we had fun anyways. We made our own fun.
Yeah.
We made our own fun this week, which that's worth.
You gotta push through the hard times to get to the beautiful stuff.
That's right. Know? That's right. Well, here's hoping that next week will provide us with perhaps some more entertaining titles to look at. So
I'm sure it will.
All right. Well, with that out of the way, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Thanks so much again for tuning in, and we'll catch you again right here next week. I was about to say at the same time, but it might be a different time. It might be a different time. We've considered pushing our stuff forward a little bit. More than a little bit, a lot of it actually, by about 4 hours to start at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. No, 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll see. Haven't fully committed to it yet. I have something that might interfere with that actually next week that I meant to talk to you about. But either way, we are probably going to experiment with that time slot at some point. I'm dragging this on way too much. That's the show, guys. Thanks so much. See you next week. Bye-bye.
See you next week.